All right. Hey, everybody. It's Friday night, 8 o'clock. I'm Will. We got George with us tonight. Going to talk some tech news from over the last week and what's coming up in the next, what we got, about 2.5 weeks, George?
Uh, yes, yes,
Yeah.
the 7th to 17th. Yeah. No, we only
Uh,
no. It's only a week and a half at this point.
well, something.
Yeah.
Something's coming. Um,
I'm spreading
all right.
I'm spreading it out to Facebook, which I should have already done, but I'm old. Deal with it.
Yeah, So how you doing, George?
I'm doing very well as usual. Work today. You know me. I love going to work, so life is
Yeah.
good for me. Drove
Yeah, I
all
had
day,
a,
and uh, right now I'm using my Moto G6 Plus and my Xiaomi Mi A2 as my daily drivers, and I'm having fun. Somebody just asked me to do a camera comparison with these two phones, so I'll be doing that tomorrow.
yeah. Yeah, work has been. I had a rough week, a rough week this week. I can't wait for the night to be over.
Don't tell me you've been double shifting again.
Nah, man, the single shift has been killing me though. I've been getting the worst. Well, not the worst, but difficult residents, and man, a whole bunch of sad stories been coming in lately.
Okay, well, and that's why I couldn't do what you do because I have a hard time handling people's sad stuff.
Yeah, man.
It gets to me.
They get younger and younger. That's all. But
How young are we talking?
23.
That's pretty young. Okay,
Yeah, 23 in a nursing home with 90-year-olds, and
that's tough, man.
it's crazy, man. What are you gonna do though?
And I'm
You know.
sharing it out. I'm sharing it out everywhere. I did Twitter. I did Facebook. Now I'm doing Google Plus.
But yeah, man, we got an interesting week coming up, George. We got well, this week we had the V30, V40,
The
V40.
V40 Thin Q.
Yeah, the V40, which looks good, but for me, I couldn't do it, George. I couldn't do it because of the LG skin,
Okay, let's see. Which bothers you, it doesn't bother me.
the LG skin, and the price of the phone
Yeah,
kills
and
me.
that's the thing. It looks to me, it looks very good, but not $900 good.
And honestly, I think LG shot themselves in the foot because, like we always, I think everybody who knows anything about tech news, LG isn't a big name like Samsung or Apple anymore.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so it's gonna be rough for them to do anything,
Right.
do anything at all when it comes to
Yeah,
you know.
I'm clicking on the review from uh, from Android Authority because I saw him make a couple of complaints in there that surprised me. I'm gonna go see if I can find them. So you can just keep
All
talking.
right. Well, they got seeing a couple reviews that I saw,
Mhm.
they got a lot of flack for having the five cameras. Like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, five cameras, and you can't even get the first two right, and you're adding." You know what I mean? To me,
I haven't
honestly,
heard that.
LG has. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people. Maybe it was just people on Twitter, but random people were saying like they can't get
Right,
their first two cameras right, and this and that.
right.
Um, to me, the wide angle. Honestly, I wish Google did a wide angle in the Pixel or
Yeah, we
Apple
all
did a
wish a lot
wide
of people
angle.
did the wide angle.
Yeah, I wish they did it
Everybody
as
has
good
loved
as
the wide
LG.
angle. Yeah, everybody has loved the wide angle ever since it started. Certainly more so than the telephoto, I think. You
Yeah, the wide angle to me is where it's at. Like
know.
I had to go out and buy a separate lens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
To have the wide angle. So I
yeah.
wish.
You mean the snap-on kind of stuff?
Yeah, I got a It's not a moment lens. It's like a knockoff of moment, but it's just as good. It's like $30 cheaper.
Yeah, I have one of
Um,
those too. Yeah,
it fits the moment case.
right.
If you buy the moment case, like I have the moment case for my iPhone and the Pixel, and you
Hmm.
can screw it right on, so it's just as good. So
Right, right. Oh, I'm looking at the article again. The one thing he says is terrible on the V40 is the battery life.
well, see, that's it for me.
Now it's got
You already know my history with LG.
exactly right. Yeah, for you it'd be the worst thing ever. It's got a 3,300 milliamp battery, but they're pushing a 6.4-inch screen, so it's like that even sounds like it's too small for a screen that size.
Yeah, yeah, he
He's
really.
saying his 6 days of usage, battery life has been absolutely terrible.
LG just can't get it right, man.
It sure can. Now the
And the,
cameras, the fact that it has the zoom, the normal, and the wide angle, you can hit it and have it take all three shots at the same time, which I think is really cool. You know.
yeah, the feature sounds good. Mr. Mobile said, I forget which one of the pictures he said wasn't that good, but it does. That is pretty crazy, you know.
Yeah. Now they are saying that it has the quad DAC, which they're kind of famous for already, and they're saying that is really good, and it has the boombox feature that the G7 has. But this guy said it's not quite as good as the G7, but it's still pretty good, and it's really loud.
Oh man, George, does it ship with Android Pie? I don't think it
No,
does.
it ships with Nougat.
Oh my, oh
Isn't
man.
that sad? And what's funny to me is
LG is a trip.
yeah, and what's funny to me, I just ordered the Nokia 7.1, which was only available today, and that's shipping with Pi. Now, of course, it's not going to be out for 3 weeks, but
Yeah, that's pretty bad. LG, well, I'll just do like with the last phone. Just wait until it goes for like $300. You know,
yeah, yeah,
get up then because LG is not worth spending. Not that any of them really are, but you'll
yeah.
never get your money back on an LG phone.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking too. Because I'd like to get it because I have the B30, but I'm like you. I'm going to wait till it gets down to $300, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll never. Yeah, dead on arrival, like Six Louis said. Yeah, you'll never get your money back on that. Never,
Yeah.
never. I
Yeah,
don't know when they're gonna.
I need to pull up the comments too.
I don't know when they're gonna get it together because that's ridiculous.
Well, at the rate
It's the
they're
same
going,
thing. Every release though with them is the
every
same.
year, exactly. So at the rate they're going, my guess is they're never going to get it together. That's what it seems like. You know.
And then they put the oh man, don't even talk about that watch. I read a little bit about the watch. Did you see the watch, George?
I saw that it was out, but I haven't got a chance to read
I
anything
think
about
it's
it.
$470, something
Oh,
like that.
oh no, they're up in Apple
Some
territory.
crazy, some crazy amount.
Yeah.
I saw the price and I was like, no, thank you. No. But they did
Right.
do what is it? Has a mechanical it's like a hybrid. I think it has mechanical crown, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen it at all.
Yeah, I think it's got a mechanical crown. Let me see.
Let me shout out who's in here. We got Six Louise first, of course, as always. Serrano Butler's in here. Sean is in here. Joseph from Forbes Tech Reviews is here. What's up? And that seems like it for now. Well, that's only people who are not just lurking. It looks like we got about 4 or 5 people just lurking, which is fine. We're glad you're here either way. No.
It charges with pins. Dongle life is terrible.
Yeah, well, most of them charge with pins, but both of my Asus and my ZTE Quartz both charge with pins.
Yeah, it has mechanical hands, George. That's what it is.
Mechanical hands. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But
Older
over $400? No.
I'm looking at the quick the highs and the lows of the phone. It says older processor, no heart rate monitor, no GPS, no NFC.
What do you mean no GPS?
No GPS. Only one size. On the watch.
On the watch, okay.
On the watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't throw me off.
Yeah. That's I don't know. It says it has a compass though. Nobody's buying that. Nobody's buying it. Next,
seems awfully expensive, man.
We can skip right over that.
But wouldn't you think they have, research people before they come out with a price to kind of guide them in what they should be charging?
Yeah. George, just like we were just talking about, I would say the same thing. I would say the same thing about Google. Don't you think they would have researched with people before they put out
But
that design?
but you know we disagree about Google because my feeling about Google, and I've seen some articles that kind of back me up. I think Google is taking the same tack that Apple takes. This is the way an Android phone should look. Boom, that's it. You know, kind of like Apple. This is the way a phone should be, and that's it. I think Google's taking the same tack.
Yeah, but all right. As bad as the notch was when it was released and everybody hated it, look
Yeah.
at look at the iPhone 10 and look at the Pixel 3
Well,
XL
yeah.
that we
Yeah,
see
it
is
makes the
coming.
iPhone 10 look awfully good.
Yeah, like I could see people saying the iPhone looks nice, but the Pixel is nobody's saying that thing looks nice.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Everybody's saying it looks ugly. So that was right.
Yeah, like I don't know if they just didn't ask anybody or they didn't care or what.
I don't think they care. I don't think they care. That's my impression. That's my opinion.
Oh god, I gotta watch that. See, Six Elise said Telusive Tech ripped the LG watch a new one. See, he just loves a chance to embarrass Android. I don't think I've ever seen him say something good about an Android phone or Android anything. Matter of fact,
Six Louise?
no, Telusive Tech, the Apple guy, the
Oh,
Apple
okay.
crazy guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
think
you
I've
know,
ever heard him say something good about an Android
you
product.
have Apple lovers and you have Android lovers. To me, a phone's a phone. Just make me a good phone and charge me a decent price. You know.
Yeah.
Sean is saying that dongle like is terrible, even when I'm purchasing an iPhone later on. You know. Sean also says, "Screw a smartwatch." I like my smartwatches, but I'm not spending no $400 for one.
George, you like your Android Wear, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah.
You gotta try the Apple Watch, George.
You keep telling me that. You
Because
need
you
to
like
You need to donate one to my generation.
listen, because you like Android Wear so much, I can't see how you can,
Yeah, but here's the thing. What everybody says about getting the Apple Watch is how good it's going to help you with fitness. I'm the last person in the world that needs any help with fitness. Come on. Yeah, I like having my steps and some of my stuff, but I don't need that stuff. I've been exercising for 37 years. I don't need any help. You know, I just like
Yeah, but
seeing it sometimes.
all right, so we completely got off topic, but so what do you use the Android Wear for? We talked
I
about this last week too.
basically count my steps, Marlon. Right now, I'm wearing my my Garmin, which is the original Garmin Vivo Active, and basically all I use it for is my steps. There's my steps from today. That's just from working, 2,322 steps. And that's with me driving most of the day, so that's not bad. And this is the one day a week that I don't exercise.
Yeah, so with the Apple Watch, you'll have all that, and you'll have the messaging, and I'm just saying, if you can find one at a decent price, you should pick it up, just so you can have the full,
I still
the
think
full
you should donate
experience.
to me. Remember, I'm retired old folks, man. Come on now.
If I find you one, George, I'm gonna send it to you. If I find one at a good price, I'm gonna grab it.
If you send me an Apple Watch, you never have to donate to my channel again.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna try to send you one first because you need to try it, man.
Now you're in charge here, so you're in charge of the stuff. Are we done with the
Oh man,
G40?
I'm looking at Sean's comment. He said $1,000 phone has to be complete. Yeah, I don't know. That's
That's
true, I
true.
guess. I mean, I didn't even know. I think I was watching Flossie's video, and he said that the iPhone doesn't come with a SIM removal tool. The new
Oh, it
iPhone.
doesn't? I didn't realize that. I haven't
I didn't
watched
know that
Flossy
either.
stuff yet.
I guess that's because they're going all in on the eSIM, or they're trying to.
Right.
But wow, I knew it didn't come with the dongle, but
Now,
Apple's trying to make money. That's all.
yeah, I'm back to looking at the V40 article. Now, what he says about the notch, the V40 has a notch, but it's quite a bit smaller than many other phone notches, even with having the two cameras in it. And it also intelligently hides the notch when you're on the home screen, and you can customize. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I think when I tried what was that, the G7, I know they had like a colorful thing you could do with the notch. I didn't use any of that. I just left it.
But yeah, but you came and went with that phone awfully fast, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I guess since the iPhone, you can't hide it, so it doesn't really bother me at this point.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Like I'm
yeah,
used to it now. To me, when you're trying to hide it, it kind of does more harm than good because I know, like on LG, if you hide the notch, you basically are losing some of that screen. You know what I
using
mean?
some of the screen. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I think that LG G40 will be half price. And what's the month is this? This is October. By December, it'll be either free or half price.
Yeah. Now, oh yeah. Now he's talking about the. So now they have a dedicated power button because with the previously the power button and the fingerprint reader were in the same spot. So now the fingerprint reader is separate on the V40, but he's saying it's like really, really slow, which is surprising.
Wow, LGs ain't no good.
Yeah, because on the G6 and the V30, it's pretty, it's fast enough. But he's saying this one seems like it's significantly slower.
Yeah, I know their face unlock and all that was always good, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And on the V30, I know that he didn't. I didn't see anything about the face unlock in the article. Now, of course, he does give him kudos for the headphone jack because that's becoming less and less. So.
Yeah. Yeah, headphone jack is dead, man. Samsung and LG.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Samsung and LG are the
That's
ones
it.
that are holding on. Yeah.
I think Samsung is gonna get rid of it before LG will.
Yeah, I might probably agree with you. But of course,
Yeah.
it's all speculation.
Samsung's gonna try to make something crazy with their new phone, so they'll probably get rid of it before LG.
And that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, this being the big anniversary phone, sure.
Yeah.
And one thing he says in the article, LG's marketing describes the V40 as silky. He said, "I'm not sure what that means, but what the heck is a silky phone?"
They're trying to come up with something to say it's smooth, I guess.
Yeah, how do these people come up with this?
I don't know. Google needs some help though. They might.
I'm trying to see. There was a couple of other things. Oh, he said the V40. He's talking about the display, and he's saying it's got a resolution of 3120 by 1440, which is good. And now it's an OLED and not
LCD
anymore. He's saying it packs a 538 PPI, which strangely doesn't feel sharp. As a display manufacturer who makes incredible TVs and other panels, I hoped LG would use its best of the best, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So he's pretty disappointed.
Why can't he ever get in the stream? George, that's Jay Will in there, 392 Bullet.
That's right. That's his other channel. Okay. So it seems like he can get in from there just fine.
I don't know why he can't get on.
Yeah.
I know he said that last week. Hold on.
He had the same thing last week, and I
Hold
couldn't
on,
figure
George.
it out.
Go to the next thing. I don't know.
Oh, the next thing was what was the next thing we had up there? Well, the next thing on our list was the Pixel 3.
Oh, well, what else you got to say about that phone, George? I told you before we got on. I don't really.
Yeah, you need to let them know what you think about the Pixel 3.
I don't know if I'm gonna do it, George.
Okay, see, now you're already at I don't know. Before we started, you were at I'm definitely not.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm unless it can get to me before I go on vacation. I told you that first week in November. Right. And it's amazing. Like I told you.
But you have a rep now. Anytime you say no to a Pixel phone, there's not one person here who's going to believe you. It's just how it is.
I really don't think I'm doing it, George. I'm not even excited for the event. It's like,
well, that's because everything has been leaked out the wazoo.
Yeah, they leaked everything. The color, the one color we talked about was that sand. It's ugly.
Oh yeah, that thing is. I was going down the article from who's that from? Oh, Droid Life. And when I got to that color, I'm like, that didn't look very good to me. It looks pink, but it's a weird
It's
pink, like a
like
salmon.
salmon. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't like it either.
like, that thing looked pretty ugly to me. But what do I know?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing, like we were saying, the price is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, if it's under $1,000, I'll be shocked.
You think
Cheap.
under 1,000? I think, yeah. If they were smart, like we were saying, they would come at 850,
Yeah,
eight
but
fifty and 750, or 850 and 650, something like that.
I just don't see that happening. But yeah, that would be the smart play, but I just don't see it.
I don't know. Like you were saying, you don't think they're in it to sell phones or whatever you
No,
were saying, George. And
no,
we,
I think Google does Pixel strictly to say this is how an Android phone should be, and I don't think maybe they care about making a profit, but that is certainly not their main motivation, as far as I can tell.
yeah,
And I think they're at the point of dictating what Android should look like.
we're just gonna we're just gonna disagree, George. I think they're trying to sell phones.
If they
But
can, but I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters to them. It matters to any other company.
you don't think it what?
I don't think it matters to them the way it does to any other company. All other companies, they're out to make a profit. Bottom line, that's the number one thing. I don't think that's the
Yeah, but
case
why
for
wouldn't they
Google
have just
Pixel.
stuck with the? Why wouldn't they have just stuck with the Nexus then?
Because they wanted to compete with Apple. I think they wanted to have a phone that they saw as at the same level with iPhone and Samsung Galaxy. That's why I think they're in the Pixel business in the first place. But as far as
I don't know.
making money, if they do, here's what I think. If we make money, fine. If we don't, well, this is how it's supposed to be anyway. Period. That's how I think they look at it.
I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know anybody with a Pixel besides me and the people who are on
And,
YouTube that I
and
talk to.
meanwhile, look at
But
all the other commercials you see on TV for the other hardware that Google makes. They're pushing their hardware like crazy. They just don't seem to give much of a crap about the Pixel and their essence.
they promote it for like a month, and I
Yeah.
think that's only because
Yes,
Verizon
it's the
promotes.
distributor. Yeah. But you constantly see for the Google Home Mini, you constantly you're seeing more and more commercials for Nest stuff. So it seems like their other hardware they're pushing that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know. You're not getting it, right, George?
No, I'm not getting. You know me, I'm not spending no $900 or $1,000 for no phone. Period.
I
Nobody's phone.
told you. I told you I would get it on the trade-in, but I don't think I'm. I don't know. I really don't think I'm gonna get it. I think I'll stick with the second one. I got the iPhone 10. I'm not
Right.
upgrading that.
Yeah. Now, if they came
Now
up with a
I'm gonna
decent
I'm gonna definitely
trade-in that
leave
they
them
would
alone.
take one of the phones that I have and give me some decent money, well, yeah, then I think about it, maybe the V30 or something like that. But they want iPhones, and they want Pixel phones. Well, I've already traded in my Pixel phone to get the S9.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get it though. But we'll see next week. I guess what they come with. I don't
Yeah.
think I know I'm not buying that. What's that thing called? The that hub. I'm not buying that.
Oh, yeah. That
I'm
is
not
going to
buying
cost some
that
money.
hub.
But I think in Android Central's last podcast, they seemed to think that hub was going to be pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but they like that other one too. What was it? The
Yeah, the
Motorola.
Lenovo, they love that Lenovo hub.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I'm not. I got a couple the Home Minis and the regular Google Home. I use them, but I'm not
yeah.
buying
I've
that.
got I've got two Google Homes. I've got three Alexas. Right now, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Thanks for
you'll
my.
probably get the hub though, because you're.
I wouldn't absolutely say no. If they came up with a sale on it one day or Black Friday, yeah, I could see me doing that. You know, but
If they
right
what?
now, I said if they came up with a sale on it on Black Friday or something, I could see where I might do that. But right now, I've got the iPhone coming out. I ordered the Nokia 7.1 today.
Mm,
Sometime next month, I'll be ordering the OnePlus 6T. That's it for me this year. You know.
yeah. Yeah. All right. What else we got, George?
I had the Nokia 7.1 on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go with that one.
All right, pull it up. Okay, so I saw the article yesterday from BGR, and the article title says the new Nokia 7.1 is the best iPhone 10 clone you're going to get for $349. So of course I got interested, and of course I have the Nokia 6.1. And it's a 349 mid-range smartphone with their flagship design, Zeiss optics powered camera, 12 megapixel and 5 megapixel dual cameras, fast autofocus, and HDR, studio style bokeh shots, so they say. We'll find out when I get mine. And according to their, I never heard of a title like this. According to HMD's Global Chief Producer Officer, I never heard of a title like that. Almost 2/3 of videos around the world are viewed on mobile, which is why we've introduced our pure display screen technology to give everyone a premium viewing experience on a smartphone. So I gathered the idea is even if you have a video that's in SDR and not HDR, somehow it bumps it up to HDR quality while you're watching it. So that sounds like it might at least be interesting. It's a 5.84-inch display, 19:9 screen, ambient lighting conditions, contrast to ambient lighting conditions. Qualcomm Snapdragon 636, Type C. It does have NFC. I checked that. It's got dual anodized aluminum diamond cut colored edges. I guess they're trying to make it look fancy. That that's just something to make it look fancy. I guess that it probably looks nice. Of course, it has a pro camera mode. 3 years of security patches, monthly security patches, 2 years of OS updates. Comes in gloss midnight blue finish and gloss steel. And I kept going back and forth. Look, it was released today on Amazon. So I went and looked at it, and I kept going back and forth between the blue and the steel. I finally ordered the blue. So supposedly it should be, I guess, shipped on the 26th, which is 3 weeks from today. So it sounds like the kind of phone I'd be interested in. Of course, right away I'm going to
with all your camera comparisons and all that.
Exactly. And of course, right away I'll be comparing it to the Nokia 6.1. So
yeah. What else we got? Let me see.
Yeah, it's on you. You're in charge here,
Let
brother.
me see, George. We got the charge gate. Did you
yeah.
think about that mess?
Yeah. So go ahead, you talk about it.
What'd you think about it, George, with the iPhones not charging?
Well,
Especially since you're about to get an iPhone.
Well, when I saw Lou from Unbox Therapy's video, which to me he did the best video of anybody on it. Now he took 8 or 9 iPhones, and half of them did not charge when they plugged in, and then some of them when he tapped the screen it woke up and it started charging, and others when he tapped the screen it didn't do nothing, and he had to unplug it, bring the screen back on, and then when you plug it in, it would charge. So it's very strange, and it seemed very random because, like I said, he did like 9 different phones.
Yeah, and some of them just stayed on like a blacked out screen. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that was a mess.
And originally they were saying they thought it was just the 10s and the 10s Plus and Max, but then other people started reporting they were having the same issue with the iPhone 10. So now they're thinking it's iOS 12. And so Apple's coming out with the update 12.1, and supposedly that's going to fix the issue.
Yeah, from what I'm understanding, I think it's the feature they made, I guess, to lock people from using your port.
How do you mean lock people from using the port?
From being able to plug, like the cops from being able to plug something into your lightning port. What they did was supposed to disable like after I think an hour of not unlocking your phone, but
that makes sense to me.
pretty
Yeah,
random.
because you know, I mean, Apple's been through it with the FBI as far as privacy, so I kind of understand that kind of tack. You know.
Yeah, they fixed it. They fixed it though on the new beta, the
Okay,
12.1. They fixed it.
that's right. And they
That's why
said,
everybody jumped down loose throat.
but they the article I saw said they were not committing as to when it's actually rolling out to everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, they were all pretty upset with Lou about putting that video out. That was a big thing.
Well, I thought Lou did a great job there because I mean the fact that he laid out so many phones and plugged every single one of them in and showed you this is a very random thing. You know, I thought he did a great
Yeah.
job.
Well, because he came with he's the one that did the bend gate when they were bending. So they
That's
were
right.
saying he was just trying
That's
to
right.
go viral or something.
Yeah,
But
he made so much money off that video. He went out and bought his own building and hired a couple of people, you know, who still work for him to this day. You know.
he blew up with that one. I think he started that one. That was the last week, and then he had the face smoothing one too.
Oh yeah, but a whole lot of people had talked about that even before his. I've seen the face smoothing complaint in at least 8 or 9 different videos, and not many people like it. You know.
Okay, so he never had the problem. Yeah.
Right.
See,
Yeah, and
I'm reading. I'm reading
a
the
lot of people are
chat.
not having the problem. It's that's right. Yeah, Rob is saying he never had a problem. It seems like a lot of people aren't. It just seems to be a very sporadic thing. You know.
Yeah, the guy I was trying to sell you the iPhone 10, he has the XS Max 512, and he had that
He is.
charging thing.
He's got it. Okay. Now,
Yeah, he had
60
the
Grease is
charge.
saying, I've heard it's because of the small charger that Apple brings, and it doesn't happen if you have a fast charger.
Yeah, who said that? Painfully Honest Tech, I think, mentioned that too. He was thinking that maybe that's what it was because he saw a video of
Okay.
somebody else with a fast charger didn't have the issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But that's good. At least Apple, I guess, is pushing out a patch or doing whatever they're doing to fix their
yeah,
bug.
yeah. As to when
They
people are
had a
going to
pretty
get it, but
rocky
yeah,
release.
I'm right now hoping like heck the 10R doesn't have this issue. I would think
Well,
they
nah,
take
because
care of it now before, and you know while they still can.
they should have the 12.1 should be out, I think, by the time you get your phone.
That's
So
what
you
I'm
should be
thinking.
good.
That's still a week and a half away. Yeah.
You should be good with that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
sometimes it pays to wait.
yeah, just a little bit, right?
Although
Because
I
if they,
admit Rob is not having the problem, John's not having the problem, so I guess a lot of guys aren't having the problem. You know.
yeah, it seems pretty random.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me see. All right, George, this one right here, this Amazon and Apple getting hacked, that's on you because that article was way too
Oh,
long.
you know, oh yeah, that was a long, long article. But I gotta go find it now. I sent it to you yesterday early,
That thing
right?
is real long.
Yeah,
But I
here it
saw it, but
is.
I think was it Apple was denying it?
Both I think, but Apple in particular, yeah, because Techno Buffalo did their weekly tech video, and the first thing they said is Apple getting hacked. So they spread that real quick. But according to this article is from Bloomberg. Let me see the date, and this is from okay, so this is from yesterday. But according to this article, this started in 2015, so this is 3 years ago. And Amazon had a startup that they were evaluating called Elemental Technologies, and they were thinking of putting it in all their Amazon Web Services, which I guess they eventually did. They used them for their Amazon Web Services. Well, the servers were assembled for Elemental by Super Microcomputer Incorporated. Now they're San Jose based, but I guess all of their stuff is built in China. And it seems like at some point down the road, starting last year, I can't tell exactly, they started finding these extremely tiny chips. They're saying the size of a pencil, a pencil lead. They're very tiny, but they have spyware embedded right within the server. And they didn't see that. They were there for a couple of years, according to this article. And so supposedly Amazon was infected with it and Apple was infected with it. and they're denying that they're infected with it.
So what's it on? Like Amazon's
Amazon's web services, and
okay.
the same company were building some of the parts for Apple for the iPhone.
Oh, all right.
So
I was thinking like the
supposedly this
Echo and
tiny
all of
little
that.
chip that's the size, it's the size of a tiny piece of pencil lead, supposedly. And supposedly it's in their chips, and they didn't even know they were there. Apple's saying it's not true. But this article just goes on, and this is like the longest article I've seen in years. You know?
Yeah, I know. I was like, wow, George, you read all this?
Yeah, it took me a long time to get to this article. The elemental servers sold for as much as $100,000 each at profit margins of 70%. So they sold plenty of them. And of course, if you sell them to Amazon Web Services, well, you made a ton of money. But they were also sold to some government places, including NASA. You know. So I guess that's why it became such a big deal.
I think the last I heard, Apple was denying it or whatever, you know.
Yeah, they denied it all along. So my guess,
I guess we'll find out sooner or later what really happened.
My guess is if it's true, we're never going to know about it, because I gather this stuff was to steal information. They're not doing anything to the phones, you know, other than stealing information. So if it's true, my guess is we'll never know about it. Yeah. So it's just an interesting story, and it's not, you know, I guess what it says is anybody can be hacked, but this was a special kind of hack, because this wasn't a software hack. This was built right into the hardware and shipped to them, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just an interesting story. I think that's all I had, isn't it?
Yeah, we didn't have much. ChargeGate. Yeah, we didn't really have much, George.
Yeah. I did my point.
Yeah, that was it. It's not really, you know, next week I guess we'll have a little bit with Google.
Yeah.
All of Google's upcoming
well, yeah, I would think next week we're going to get to hear you rant, I would hope.
Oh man, nah, when they come with that price, George, that's they better do a trade-in like Apple's got. You see, Apple's giving I think $525 for the iPhone 10. I think it's $525.
Okay.
Yeah, they would have to be giving me like half the phone off.
Rob from RP3 Tech, he said he got the 12.1 beta and it is fixed. So that's good.
Yeah. I'm on the beta too by accident. I didn't even want to be on the beta, but I got on it by accident. I thought I unenrolled from the beta, but I had to go back in and do it. But it was after.
Yeah, but Rob is saying he never had the problem in the first place. So that made me wonder, how did you know it was fixed then? You know, unless he knows somebody else.
Oh well, Apple. I don't know where I seen it at. One of the articles I was reading, they had a statement in there that said that it was fixed.
Right.
So
Rob is saying, ever since Bengate, Apple hasn't invited Lou to another Apple event. Well, no surprise there, you know.
Yeah, but last year they didn't do invites, did they? Didn't they do it different? Because I know, not invites, the review units. The review units I know were different last year because a lot of people were mad.
But it seemed like last year Lou had an awful lot of iPhones, like he always does. I mean, you're talking about a guy with over 10 million subscribers. So, hard guy to ignore. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they, you know, a lot of people think he's got like a vendetta, I guess, with Apple.
So.
But even on his video, he said that he didn't have the problem with his phone because he hadn't even been doing wired charging. Exactly. He was doing wireless. So
yeah, he said his subscribers had let him know about the initial problem. Then he took out all the phones. You know.
Yeah.
But he's always struck me as pretty straight up and honest. That's my impression anyway. You know?
Yeah. I'm sure if he gets the next viral video, he won't be complaining though.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, of the people who did this ChargeGate thing, I think his video is by far the most thorough. You know.
Well, yeah, because he had a lot of phones on the table, and
how many people have 8 or 9 different iPhones that they can just spread out on the table and do tests? You know.
Yeah, he ran down and was plugging them all in and out.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, let me see. Trying to see. Yeah, just this article. They got the review of the Pixel came out already. The phone is.
Oh, and Rob did answer me. He said everything Apple YouTube channel and a couple of more Apple channels said the fix was in beta 1 and the beta 2 just came out. So I guess it is fixed.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Rob.
I haven't watched him in a while. Everything Apple Pro to see what he, because I know usually after the update comes out, a lot of his videos are just every beta he'll tell you what's new. But you know,
now see, not being an iPhone user, I've never watched it, but I guess I will be
you've never
soon.
watched him? Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He goes real deep with all the changes and all. You know, he finds like the smallest little thing and he'll talk about it. But
so he's good for educating old newbies like me.
yeah, he'll show you all the drop test videos and all the putting it underwater. He does all that.
Definitely need to subscribe to him. Everything Apple. Okay.
And Flossie had a good iPhone XS Max review too.
Flossie always has excellent reviews. They're always very in depth. You know.
Yeah.
You know. And see, Flossie for me is like I can't watch his Weekend Warrior stuff because I just can't take the cursing.
See, I never watched none of that. All I watch is the reviews.
But his
a couple
reviews,
times I've seen him on the stream.
I think he does a great job with reviews and has for a long time. You know.
Yeah,
and he's got over 500,000 now too.
Yeah, his channel's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I guess that's all we got, George. I'm gonna get an early nap, I guess.
There you go.
Before I go in for my last day. I told you this has been a long week, man. Yeah. Terrible week, George. Terrible.
Right, but this is your last day of work this week.
Yeah, I'm off for 2 days. I'm gonna catch the UFC fight tomorrow night somehow. But
we all have our priorities. See, UFC doesn't do a thing for me, but of course I'll be watching Formula One racing, you know, and football.
Oh my gosh.
Formula One racing is my favorite sport, period.
Yeah, I can't get into that.
Well,
not at all. Never.
Look who you're talking to, a guy who drives all day for a living and loves doing it, you know.
Yeah.
Heck, when I take off for Miami in a couple of weeks, I'll be driving 1,400 miles by the time I get home. Well, that'll be a great weekend for me.
You got family there?
We got family in Orlando, but I'm actually going down further south to see one of my closest friends from grammar school, and then I'm going down to see Android Stud.
All right. That would be nice. That 1,400 miles. Well, you like driving.
Yeah, for me that's a weekend of heaven. 1,400 miles of driving.
You drove to where was it to get your grandson?
To Orlando and back, same day.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so by the time we got home, I had driven 1,230 miles or something like that, and I did it, you know, with a 5-minute rest in between. That was it. You know, that was a great day for me.
The one time for me was enough, George. I told you, I drove to Florida that one time. That was like 19 hours. That was enough for me.
A 19-hour drive is like a perfect drive for me. I'd probably stop. I would probably stop and sleep in a rest area at about 16 hours for 15 minutes, and I'm good to go the rest of the way. Now, I can always drive 12 to 14 hours at a pop, take a 15-minute nap, and then I can do that same thing all over again. That's how I am. I'm always telling my boss in Knoxville, my dream assignment is he's going to tell me one day, take this car and get it in California in 2 days. I would do that. I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, my kids were 6. I don't know how people do it with little kids. Like really?
Oh no, I couldn't do it. Even when my grandkids were young, I had a hard time. You got to go to the bathroom again.
Yeah,
and I'm the one that go 8 straight hours without going to the bathroom. You know?
Yep, I was the only one driving, so yeah, it was. I said never again. It was an experience, but never again.
For me, that's criteria. If I'm going somewhere on a long trip in a car, I'm doing all the driving, and nobody else touches the steering wheel. Period. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, you got to go to Disney once. So I went. I did my one time. That was enough for me.
Yeah, so that was easy for me because you know we lived there 17 years. So there was I think 3 years where we had year-round Disney passes, and there was 6 or 7 years where we had year-round Universal passes. So
see, we didn't even do Universal. We did I guess all the parks at Disney, and we went in the summer and it rained. Oh, it was.
Oh yeah, it does that a lot. Yeah. But Personally, I think you owe it to your kids to take them. Universal is pretty freaking awesome. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, but aren't they too little?
No, no. There's
Yeah,
lots.
because I
Oh,
thought they
and
were
I'll
too little.
tell you, my granddaughter's now. My granddaughter is 20 right now. Well, when she was 3, we were in Universal, and I hadn't done a roller coaster since I was 12, I think, in Palisades Park back in Jersey. Okay, so that would have been 1957. And I don't like roller coasters. Well, she wanted to go on a roller coaster when she was 3. Okay, so I took her on the kiddie roller coaster. Okay. I told God if he let me off that thing, I would never get on a roller coaster of any type as long as I thought I was going to have a heart attack. You're talking to somebody who has no problem jumping out of a plane. But what I found is you could put me on something doing 60, 70 miles an hour, making fast turns, and I can't steer it. I'm terrified. I am terrified.
I love roller coasters.
I can't stand them.
I like roller coasters. I don't like what's that thing called, like the tilt-a-whirl, like things that just go spinning in circles. I can't do that no more.
That doesn't bother me too much.
I can't. I don't know. I used to be able to do it, but I can't do that no more. I get like motion sick. But roller coasters, I can.
I can do hang gliding. I can do skydiving. Parasailing bores me to death. That just feels way too safe for me. I've done it twice, and both times I was bored to death.
Yeah. I never went to Universal.
Rob is saying Universal is the place to be in Orlando. Harry Potter rides, everything. Yeah, Universal has it all. So yeah, your kids are definitely not too little for it.
Y'all gonna make me have to go back.
You need to go. You need to go. If you haven't seen Universal, it's pretty awesome. So I would.
I had enough walking with the parks, and then you got to catch that.
You won't do quite as much walking in Universal as you will Disney, but you'll be worn out at the end of the day. You can count on that. You
know. The NBA store. Yeah. He said the NBA store is
That's right. The NBA store. I remember when they opened the NBA store. That was awesome because we had year-round tickets at that time. So we just walked in the first day it opened. So.
Yeah.
And he's right. It is awesome. And that's the thing. I'm a basketball fan. I'm a football fan. I have a lot of sports that I follow. I'm a tennis fan.
Yeah, I'll go back when they get a little older, maybe.
Okay. Just don't deny it to them at some point. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they go and when they graduate high school, they'll go.
Well, I mean, no, you have to put your priorities straight. First, you get an Apple Watch for the old guy. Then you take your kids to Universal. I've got my priorities right here, brother.
Yeah, man, you need to do it, George. You got it. I'm gonna try to find you a deal, man.
Okay, but keep something in mind.
You know what? The guy who I see you on a deal. I'll see what I can do.
But I'm not buying it. I'm not buying an Apple Watch because it's kind of wasted on me because I'm such an exercise enthusiast. I don't see why I need it. Sean says skydiving is a no-no. Let me tell you, Sean, until you've skydived at least once, I've done it twice. I ride a motorcycle. And like most motorcycle riders, I love the kick of riding a motorcycle. It doesn't even come close to jumping out of a plane. You can't even put it in the same league. Trust me.
Yeah. Yep, I don't think I'll skydive either. I don't think I would do that.
Skydiving is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Now, when you do it the first time, do it tandem. You got the teacher on your back. If he don't die, you don't die.
You did it by yourself?
No, I did it twice tandem.
Oh, I was about to say, man.
I did it twice tandem.
I'll probably jump right out the plane and pull the thing.
I almost did it by myself, but by the third time, my wife forbade me, don't be doing that anymore. So, as a matter of fact, the first time I went skydiving, my grandsons, who are now 25 and 24, they were 4 and 3 at the time, and they were with me. And so I went and did it, and I took the course, and I came down. As soon as I landed, my 4-year-old grandson walks up to me and says, "Grandpa, don't do that anymore."
Yeah, that's crazy. And we got a thing like 15 minutes from me where they got the planes and they take off and you can do it right from there.
It's awesome. But if you can get a skydiving place where you jump out the back like the C-130s, like the Army has, Jumping out of the back is a whole lot less scary than jumping out the side door, which is what you have to do in most. That you go out the side door, you feel like you're going to hit that wing first thing. That's pretty scary. That's pretty scary.
Oh man, yeah, nah, I couldn't do that. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, I like things. And you know the other thing I can't do? Bungee jump.
What?
Bungee jump scares the crap out of me
Why?
because I'm always thinking it's going to break. So I won't get on roller coasters, and I won't bungee jump.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I bungee jump either. I don't think I'd do that either, but I don't. But that's I
No,
wouldn't skydive either. You'll skydive. I guess you trust the parachute.
I tend to like things that are a little edgy, and that's why parasailing bores me to death. It doesn't, when you're parasailing over water, you're 200 feet up in the air, you're in this freaking harness that the first time I did it, my mind said, safe as in your mother's arms. Well, I didn't pay that money to be safe as in my mother's arms. And even if I fall, I'm only going in the water, so
Yeah.
how hairy is that? Well, not very, in my opinion. So I won't pay him a dime to do that again.
RP3 said cliff diving in Jamaica.
Yeah, I've seen cliff diving in Jamaica, and I almost jumped off the cliff in Ocho Rios. Not Ocho Rios, in what's the? I can't think of the name of the town. But anyway, I almost talked myself into it, but I couldn't do it because I was watching these guys who do this all the time, jumping off. They're jumping like, I don't know, 100 feet down into the water, and I'm seeing rocks through the water as they're hitting, and I'm like, I don't think I can do that.
And nope, that's a little too nah.
Yeah,
Not off no cliff. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll be scared I won't jump far enough, like you said.
Yeah,
right
exactly. That's what I was afraid of. Yeah, and you had to get out past a certain amount of rocks that you could see down in that clear water. That was kind of scary to me. All right, so you guys got Team 100 coming up at 10 o'clock. Usually we hang on close to them, but you're on your own tonight.
Yeah. All right, George. All right, everybody. I guess we'll see you
folks. Next week it'll be from my channel, Mobile Geezer, and of course you can find me at my website is mobilegeezer.wordpress.com. You can find me on Facebook, Google+, Twitter, and Instagram on the Mobile Geezer. Next week, 8 o'clock on my channel, and thanks everybody for tuning in.
Yeah. All right.